as we are here today to announce our third launch of the funding for United Way's Guaranteed Income Program. Of course, this wouldn't be possible today if it wasn't for some of these incredible partners we have gathered here today, so thank you so much. And we want to thank the County District 1 Supervisor, Phil Cerna, who unfortunately couldn't join us this morning, along with Sacramento County District Supervisor, Patrick Kennedy, who is here today. And they both pledged a total of $1 million towards funding this life-changing program for our residents here. We want to thank the Sierra Healthcare Foundation, represented today by the President and CEO, Chet Hewitt, and their generous donation to provide additional families in the Sacramento County a chance to apply for this guaranteed income funding. As well, I'd like to thank both our guaranteed income banking partner, Safe Credit Union, our evaluation partner, Sacramento State and La Familia Counseling Center, and Asian Resources, Inc., who assist us in a number of different ways to spread the word to families in our community who are eligible to apply for this program. I'd now like to introduce United Way California Capital Region's President and CEO, Dr. Dante Early, to talk more about the next rounds of this funding.
I'm so excited to be here. I was talking actually to Supervisor Kennedy, and we've been working on this. And so I know all of us are really proud to be able to roll out Cohort 3. We're proud because we know that $300 to $500 can be the difference between staying in your home and becoming unhoused. Locally, families are losing their homes. They're wondering how they're going to feed their families and who is going to watch their children while they're at work. They cannot afford to wait for assistance. They need assistance now. Today, we are excited to announce that an additional 130 households across Sacramento County will have the opportunity to participate in the third cohort of United Way's Guaranteed Income Program. This is all thanks to funding that has been allocated both by District 1 and District 2 Supervisors Cerna and Kennedy, as well as a generous donation from the Sierra Health Foundation. Participants in our third cohort will receive $500 a month for 12 months, with payments starting January 2024. The application is now available online at yourlocalunitedway.org, and it's available until October 31st, 11:59 p.m. I'm going to say that again just in case you missed it. The application is available right now on your website as you're watching this. Go ahead and go to yourlocalunitedway.org. It's available in a variety of languages, and we will select qualifying households randomly. We will be reviewing applications and confirm the selected participants by November 22nd of this year, 2023. For a family to be eligible, they must meet income eligibility requirements listed on our website and have residential addresses within Sacramento County District 1 and District 2, or District 2. There is space on our website where you can actually type in your address to verify that you fall under Supervisor Phil Cerna of District 1 or Supervisor Patrick Kennedy of District 2. At its heart, United Way California Capital Region looks to build stronger, healthier, and more compassionate communities. And we do this by providing opportunities and resources to families to better their circumstances. We strongly believe that many of these opportunities center around children being successful in school. In fact, we currently are in the midst of our 100-year anniversary goal of raising $3 million to help 10,000 kids excel in school by 2025. However, we know that kids cannot excel in school when they are worried about where they will be sleeping at night, if there will be enough food on the table, or if they even will see their parents that evening while they're working multiple jobs. 61% of the participants of the program that we currently are running have children that rely on them. Thanks to our partnership with the County of Sacramento and the Sierra Health Foundation, children will not have to worry about those things and can instead focus on their schoolwork. We all invest in families with the end goal to improve lives in our community and better the odds for children and families to have successful futures. We are certainly not alone in this mission and are so thankful to have the support of Sacramento County District 1 Supervisor Phil Cerna and District 2 Supervisor Patrick Kennedy. Unfortunately, as Ruth mentioned, Supervisor Cerna couldn't be with us today to mark this momentous occasion. However, I'd like to ask Supervisor Kennedy to speak on behalf of them, both about the County of Sacramento support for this guaranteed income program, as well as his commitment. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Early. I have to say that in that short introduction, you mentioned my name 4 times in front of cameras, so you're hired. It's really a thrill to be here, as Dr. Early said, and she downplayed it, how hard the United Way worked to pursue this program. I don't know if most of you are aware of how much the United Way does in Sacramento community. Most of us know that every year they come to us, to our employers, and we sign up for programs and money goes out of our paycheck and that's it. So much more than that. The United Way is an organization that provides a stopgap for many people from being homeless. It provides resources so that people can feed their children. As you heard, the focus on education and getting kids learning and healthy, because kids that aren't healthy, kids that are hungry, don't learn. So thank you to the United Way for everything you do. This program is no different. This program is something that, is it going to solve homelessness? No. Is this going to solve all of the problems of the community? No. But let me tell you, to those that it does help, it means everything too. We do not do enough in this country, and I've traveled throughout the world and visited homeless programs throughout the world. We don't do enough to talk about one thing: prevention. We deal with the problem as it comes, and we'll never have enough resources in order to really tackle homelessness that way and be reactionary. Programs like this, small as it may seem, are going to change lives. They're going to actually prevent people from being homeless and not just deal with the problem afterwards. So I'm proud to be here. I'm proud to be a member of the Sacramento County. Supervisor Cerna, we couldn't be more thrilled than to be part of this life-changing program. So thank you, Dr. Early, for everything you do.
I'm going to say your name one more time. On behalf of all the people who will be impacted by this investment, thank you, Supervisor Kennedy, for your belief in the Guaranteed Income Program. This round of Guaranteed Income brings local government, nonprofits, and private philanthropy together to create an impactful program. It's now my honor, my immense honor, to welcome to the podium Chet Hewitt, President and CEO of Sierra Health Foundation, to talk about this collective partnership.
Thank you, Dr. Early. I want to start by recognizing the supervisors, Supervisor Kennedy and Supervisor Cerna again, because it's appropriate. You should never be overly recognized when you do something extraordinary, and this really is an extraordinary undertaking. For the path-leading, forward-thinking support for a program, Guaranteed Income, here in Sacramento. The expansion of that program, 130 additional families getting to participate. This is not a handout. This is a hand up for families working some very difficult times who will benefit from it. And we know these programs are really impactful. For those of you who received your expanded child care tax credit directly into your payment during the pandemic years, and of course that program has sunsetted, we know how important those contributions to families actually were. Here in America, they actually cut child poverty to its lowest recorded level in the history of this particular country. That's what Guaranteed Income has the potential to actually do. Change the direction, the lives, the experience, the social and emotional health of young people and families across this particular nation. And here in Sacramento, we should be extraordinarily proud of being one of the communities who are hoping to lead this particular charge, taking on all the risks that goes along with doing something innovative and creative, but with a deep understanding that it has the power to transform lives, transform our community. And as everyone has spoken to already, we know how incredibly impactful it can actually be for children. So this is, as I said, this is an extraordinary day, an extraordinary time. And we fully expect that we're going to see the benefits show up rather quickly. So for folks who are out there who live in the 2 districts who are eligible to apply, I really want to encourage folks to actually do so. I also want to make clear that this particular initiative has a really strong evaluation component to it as well. We're going to learn and probably affirm some of the things that we already know, that families resourced to do well in their lives actually do well in their lives. And so sometimes things can be that elegant and that simple. So we think this project is off to a great start and looking forward to learning more about what its impacts actually are. With that, I'll turn it back over to Dr. Early.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hewitt. And to you as well, Supervisor Kennedy.
6.
You know I like a challenge. As you can see, the passion to create better outcomes for struggling families in our community is quite clear. We are so grateful to the partnership of both the County of Sacramento as well as the Sierra Health Foundation. I'd also be remiss if I didn't thank our few other partners who are helping to make this program successful. So we are grateful to our nonprofit partners, especially Asian Resource Inc. and La Familia Counseling Center, and you all are here, thank you so much, for helping us to get the word out to potential participants and assisting with applications and the process, particularly for those who may have language barriers. I'd also like to acknowledge and thank our banking partner, Safe Credit Union, who will be setting up accounts for each of the 130 participants and also providing financial literacy education and additional resources. I'd also like to mention and send a huge thank you out with our second cohort, who we have partnered with Sacramento State University to conduct a detailed study of United Way's Guaranteed Income Program. This includes a comparative analysis with a control group. We are excited to expand this evaluation with Sacramento State University. We will have more high-quality data and hopefully be able to improve and evaluate the program for the future. We're actually joined here today with the Sac State Assistant Professor, Ethan Evans, from Division of Social Work, College of Health and Human Services, who will be available to answer questions as well. At this time, I am happy to facilitate any questions for myself or my esteemed panel here, including Professor Evans. And with that, I will take questions.
It's K-E-N.
You're good. I've got a question here. Yes.
Did you say application was only available to those in District 1 and 2?
Yes. So,
Can you explain why that is?
absolutely. The funding that we have received is from Supervisor Kennedy, Supervisor Cerna for District 1 and District 2. And then obviously the expanded funding from the Sierra Health Foundation will augment that. Additional questions? All right. Well, this is our third cohort. And so we have a cohort actually going on right now, 80 families in the city of Sacramento. We launched that back in May of this year. First payments went out July 1st of 2023, so just a couple of months ago. And then our very first cohort actually launched with private funding from Mackenzie Scott, and that launched in July of 2021. That was our first program. It was actually 2 years, $300 a month. And what we actually heard from participants was $300 a month is very, very helpful. And you know what would be more helpful? $500. And so hearing that from our clients, we made the recommendation to City of Sacramento, who said, absolutely, we are on board to increase to $500 a month. And that is where we have gotten here.
So it's the third time, so it's been successful already.
Absolutely. And this time, again, with cohort 2, we have expanded to our evaluator partner because data absolutely is important. As you heard from Mr. Hewitt, President and CEO of Sierra Health Foundation, the evaluation of this is going to be key in learning even more what's working, what's not working, and then how do we scale this up to support families, not only here in the Sacramento region, but potentially as a state as well.
Has United Way brought these cohorts together as a group at any time? And I'm curious
That's a great question. So for cohort 1, and I can repeat the question, has United Way brought all of these cohorts and participants together both during and potentially after the program? So for cohort 1, we had the pandemic happening at that particular time. And so we gave opportunities for participants to come together. We stayed in close contact with participants from cohort 1 as well. Now that we know a lot more about the pandemic, I will not say that it's over, but now that we know a lot more about the pandemic, there are even additional opportunities to bring participants together. We have an amazing program manager, Kurt Lewis, who is helping to foster these relationships. I'll give you an example. Safe Credit Union did, I will call them out, a really amazing, innovative thing. We know that for some individuals, they may not be able or are not at a place where they trust banking institutions. And so rather than having our participants go to the bank actually came to us. We offered 3, actually maybe even 4 opportunities where we closed our suite down at United Way, had all the families come in, we threw on a movie for kids, and then said use the entire building to sign up clients. And so they went to every sort of office, alcove, and logged in remotely and signed individuals up right then. And that's the kind of innovation that we are talking about, that both allowed for families to come together, talk, chat, get to know each other, have dinner with their family, and additionally, we had language translation as well. And so absolutely, as we are continuing to do these cohorts, we're learning how can we improve this so that it actually meets the needs of people's lives. Yes?
Are there any requirements participants have to meet like monthly or whatever to continue to receive those funds?
These are no string attached funds, and so outside of the eligibility requirements to apply and get into the program, it's no strings attached. And the philosophy behind that is we believe that families know what it takes to meet their basic needs, and that it's not on us to determine that. As we heard Mr. Hewitt say, you know, it's amazing. Families know what they need, and they just don't have enough money. And so there's no amount of financial literacy that can help you when you have 50 cents and you're trying to make $1. Any additional questions? Well, thank you all so much for coming out. As I was actually telling one of our reporters earlier, this is the 3rd time we've done this, and we learned from cohort 2 that it is you all who are going out and reporting on this that allows for people to know that it exists and really creates hopefully a fair environment so that everyone has an equal chance of applying, and that's what we want. The more applicants, the better, because everyone has a fair shot at this. So thank you so much, and with that, applications are open.